Let's now move to a discussion of a fallacy that results from vagueness, namely slippery slope. In a slippery slope, a relatively small first step inevitably leads to a chain of related events, culminating in some significant impact, much in the way that an object pushed over the edge of a slope will slide all the way to the bottom. Here's a Dilbert cartoon that illustrates the fallacy. In the first panel, the pointy-haired boss states the conclusion of his argument. He rejects Dilbert's proposal. In the second panel, Dilbert asks why. The third panel starts the boss's slippery slope argument. Since he doesn't have the authority to approve anything important, all he can do is reject things. If he doesn't reject the proposals he receives, there would be nothing for him to do. If he does nothing, he'll get fired, and he might never get another job. As a consequence, he could starve to death. So if he doesn't reject every proposal he receives, he'll die. As you can see, we have a series of steps vaguely linked to one another in which the first, seemingly insignificant step leads to an inevitable disaster. That's a slippery slope. Here's another example. We've got to stop them from banning pornography. Once they start banning pornography, they'll continue banning other types of literature, including fiction. And if they ban fiction, they will surely ban nonfiction. Once they've banned these, they'll try to stop people from reading at all. I'm telling you, banning pornography will result in the disappearance of literacy from the planet. As you can see, this reasoning shares the same general pattern of other slippery slope arguments. From a seemingly innocuous starting point, it proceeds by degrees to ever more unlikely premises, including, or I should say concluding, with a patent absurdity. To avoid the slippery slope fallacy, be wary of arguments that proceed through a series of steps that incrementally build toward very large-scale conclusions. They're likely to end up as a slippery slope. This concludes this segment of a multi-part lecture on fallacies of unclear language. Please proceed to the next segment.